version. UPSC is not at all interested what is green version. Just given a short period, right? What is green, who started this, that, and nothing is asked. UPSC is not going to give a single marks for all those things. Question is asked just what is the criticism you have to give. So what has been asked, you have to write that. So first part is in answer writing is that what the content is, you have to write. Second important thing in answer writing is, again I have told you, after content, what is your viewpoint and suggestion, conclusion. Your every answer should end with 3 framework. First is your suggestion. Second part is your answer should end up with having the words of preamble, constitution, nation. If these 3 words has been highlighted, what are the goals of preamble? Sovereignty, equality, justice, and all. Every answer highlights on that same term. So you have to end up your answer with preamble, constitution, India. And third, every answer should end with some positivity, optimism, and always will have to look on society and national interest. If these 3 things are there in your conclusion part, you will end up scoring 4 to 5 marks for sure. This shows that you are a person who is going to become an all India service officer, because you will be joint secretary and all those things, and thus for those things you need to have that nation's interest and all. It's not simply you write some crap things and you become. So this part, so preamble, Indian constitution, society, nation, national interest, these things should be highlighted in your answer in last part. In that way, if your content is not good also, but this thing is very sharply highlighted, I bet you will get good marks for sure. But if this part is not highlighting, you end up something like that, then you won't get marks. And always while writing answer, try to read the question twice, because sometimes what happens, what is the question, in the meanwhile we write and we tend to, I don't know where we go, keep writing all useless things. So try to again come back on the question, what has been asked. Try to always maintain the flavor of the question. If you're writing crap also, just try to maintain the flavor. Thus, whatever you're writing, just try to maintain the flavor of the question. It reflects that you have been stuck to the question. And always in the end also, in the end lines also, in this way, this what the question has been asked, just highlight the word. This shows you have been stuck to the question, because 90% of the students, when they write answer, their answer, you will read now, you will feel wow, just a factor of wow will come from your mouth. Why? Because there's a so nice answer, like so there's all articles, this, that, but marks will be 1.5, because the evaluation depends on what is the content of the question. The question is not highlighted again. If the subject of the question is highlighted in your answer again in the last part, you will end up, it makes a feeling that you have understood the question and you are trying to stick to that point only, not ring here, there and all. Now, in writing answers, always try to maintain the flavor of paragraph. No point writing. Don't write in point. Point writing will not give a proper expression. So always try to write in paragraph. But I'll tell you one practical thing in GS1, in history and geography, which students faced. 90% of the students couldn't complete the paper, and they had like 4 to 5 questions to 6 questions were left. Because question was so lengthy, 30 questions were there of 250 marks. 30 questions. Now imagine, keep writing, it's like you will end up some 4 to 5 to 6 questions will be left. Leaving questions is a very bad sign. This shows that you are not competent enough to have consolidated approach to write and all. So at least for this part, if end you are like 5 minutes bacha hai, only 5 minutes are left, and you have like 3 questions pending, then try to restart in points, because something is better than nothing. At least you get 1 marks and you get into IS. मान लो ऐसा होता है. So something is better than nothing. In that way you get into points. In last part, some geography questions are also asked. Try to draw the map and write down, because when I was writing, when I was only 5 minutes was left and 2 questions were pending with me, 24 and 25, and both were 10 marks each. 24th question was of geography of atomic fuels. I thought I don't have time to write entire paragraph now. For sure I don't have time, and I don't want to leave the question, and only 5 minutes was left. Just I drew the diagram of India map, and I located where the atomic fuels and what were fossil fuels and all, and whatever it is, where is the nuclear material and all, and then I just wrote some in points. I wrote what is the need of the hour, and then my suggestion and all in a last paragraph, and just went to the last question. So don't leave the question. Try to you have to maintain the flavor, anyhow I have to complete it. And now one more thing, some questions we don't know anything. This is for sure. Like this time I didn't know how is the naming of cyclone then. I didn't know that. How is the naming of cyclone? Because I don't know, I hate this geography subject. So naming of cyclone was very tough for me, but still I thought I should not leave the question. Like in college we think we should keep writing some useless things also. So just I thought keep writing what to write here. So just I wrote the naming of the cyclone is done on the basis of some several factors like the coastal factors, but I didn't leave the question. But I named some of the cyclones like Katrina, Fallon and all, where it came, what are the factors were involved, some east coastal difference, and simply I knew I'll get 0. For sure I know. But I had time for 2 minutes which I can devote and I can write something. If I would have got 0.5 also, man low 0.5 out of 5 marks question it was, then what is that? Something is better than nothing. Always have that mentality. So just do that, because now you're going for it to be an IS officer. So always have presence of mind, because your presence of mind will be tested, because whenever you will be posted as a DM and all whatever it is, your presence of mind will be like suddenly a riot will occur. You have not to sit here, what should I do, what principle should I apply, what law and order I have to apply, nothing like that. You just take the action, just ask the IPS, stop that, this that you have to do. So the presence of mind should be needed, and you have to complete the paper. Second paper, polity. Yeah, one more history I want to say in answer writing. History you can't give your suggestion for sure. Like the question is examine the moderates, the demand of the moderates. Okay, the question is examine the demand of the moderates. Now you can't give your suggestion. That is well all way like some 1905 ki type ka baat hai. So it's very useless to give suggestion also. So what you can do, history, if you write the demand of the moderate, a person who writes 10 demands, a person who writes 4 demands will both end up scoring 1 marks. Now imagine. What is the use of writing 10 marks? What is the use of writing? Just write 4. Now when can you get this 4 marks or 5 marks? When? Only when you write what is the significance of the moderate's demand. Question is not asked. You have to write significance of the moderate's demand. How did the demand of the moderates help in India's struggle for independence, and how did it pave the nationalism for the country? All these things you have to highlight in the last part. Again, last part became important to score good marks. Question is examine the moderate demand and all. You will write moderate demands. You will and you'll think I have written very good answer. I've written 10 demands and this that, and I'll end up some 5-6 marks. You'll get just 1 marks, because they're not going to check your this mugging up skills. Then nothing is like that. You have to be very confident about the history. You have to write significance. How did it help that event in India's struggle for independence and nationalism? In history answers, basically. Every answer of your history should again highlight independence, India's independence, nationalism, and that significance of that event, anything it might be. And even some like in today's also, like some questions were asked on the women fighters, freedom fighters. So how did it help in today's evolution of modern women? All you can write in a short. So that shows that you are very visionary man. So just that is the history. And geography, try to relate your answers with maps and diagram. I met a person who was very bad in answer writing and all those things, but he got very good marks in geography. In the 90s, he got 369 marks out of 600 in geography. Rest also he got very bad marks. So 369, what he told, whole of the paper I just do diagram, whole example, all map and all. So geography, try to draw diagram, map, and this thing. This thing is needed. Now comes the second paper, polity. Polity, they are asking very application based questions, very application based. Like first question you can see of the last year was anti-defection law, but they didn't ask what is anti-defection law. They asked that in the contemporary happening, how will anti-defection law help in improving the parliament and role of individual MPs and all. That was asked. So application based question. In that again you have to write the content. Content is very limited. You won't get marks for writing what is anti-defection law, but you will get marks for writing how will this law, if implemented, can help in today's healthy democracy, healthy parliamentary system and all those things. So significance part again it becomes important. So polity again, that content, contemporary and significance. This 3 things becomes very important. So always have because now you're going for this larger passion, man, because you know if you clear this exam and you get to joint secretary and all this post, a very high post. Yesterday only I was with 2 IS officers of Tamil Nadu of previous batch. What is their life? When I'm thinking now they have at least 1 year life, so there's very good life, very highly powerful life, I can say. If you want that life, you simply want to enjoy this kind of life, then you can continue with what you. But if you want that life with Lal Batti and with some 4 bodyguards, I'm not saying that you want to work actually, but this thing also matters. Passion, this flavor, that matters a lot. So this thing is there. Now comes science and technology. Paper 3. If you study newspaper every day for 7 months, 8 months, jo bhi, The questions were this time in science and tech were very direct and were directly from the contemporary happening. Like patent, the question was directly from the patent. So, if you study newspaper, and then this paper will be a very, very easy paper for you and you will be able to get good marks. Again, answer writing will matter. Same thing flavor. Every answer should again end up with Indian Constitution, law and order, nationality, and how it's going to help in everything. Okay. Now comes the paper for ethics. Don't think it is an ethical paper. Okay. Because you will write all ethics answer, you will get very less marks. You have to write ethics plus country. Your answer should again end up with law and order, constitution, nationality. What many of my friends wrote, they all wrote we should be very ethical in the conclusion, hence ethical life is very good, hence ethics, this, that. They all ended up on 60, 70 marks. So just end up your every answer of ethics also with the country, society, nation. This is for paper 4. Essay, you don't need to practice anything, don't need to study anything. For just before mains, try to practice 3 to 4 essays. It is more than enough. Now, for this answer writing, what I'm saying, always try to, whenever you have studied, like now you are going to start your preparation, man lo. So after 1 month, you will be well equipped with knowledge. Just after 1 month, start writing answers. Show to your faculties, because in starting time, we all write very bad answers. Very bad. It's like out of relevance. So show to the concerned faculty, not of your university, this IS faculties. So show to your faculties and try to ask their recommendation and then incorporate them. After 15 days, I am sure your answer quality will be really, really good. But factor is, we all are very lazy. We just be highly motivated in the initial days. Yeah, I have to write this IS thing, I have to get initially. After that, I'll always end. Graph is like this initially. We all are, no. Now some people write in their Facebook also, this after name IS, IPS, all these things. With high enthusiasm we are. This is the thing. After just 15 days to 20 days, just it comes like this. And just, chalo yaar, time pass. It happens. It is human psychology and mentality. I'm not saying it is the fault of us. It's actually our human mentality. We get bored, we get lazy, we get full of negativity also. So there lies a part of your self-development and personality and motivation. So you have to keep such a high motivation in this exam, especially I'm saying, that this graph should either be like this or should be like this, not down at least. But I'm saying this, saying is very easy. For me also it was like this. Now I'm saying it's very easy. But for me it was like because of fear factor, because this exam is so much uncertainty is there in this exam, to be very honest. The results came on 12th June, 3 o'clock, okay? Till 1 o'clock I was calling my faculty and asking whether I will be selected or not. See the uncertainty involved. Okay, I was selected in forest with rank 23. But for IST I was not sure. See the uncertainty. Till 1 o'clock I'm calling him and I'm like pissing him off. What is like? He's saying, don't worry, you will be like him. But he was sure for me, but I was not sure for myself. So this thing, the uncertainty will always be there till the results are out. Uncertainty will always be there. But always this thing will overpower you. You will think कि यार क्या होगा? नहीं हुआ तो कहाँ जाएंगे? This, that, and this happens actually. Very frankly, that it happens. But then you have to be very certain of yourself, and for that certainty, what you need is answer writing. If you focus on answer writing, you will be very certain. And I bet you, if before mains you write around 300 answers, 300 to 350 answers, I bet you will be in the top 10. Whether you have done 5 months of coaching or 7 months of coaching, doesn't matter. First attempt, I'm telling you, you will be under top 10, top 50 also. If you have done from some 300 answers written. This you keep in mind. If you don't do this and keep studying, I have seen many of my friends who never used to write answer, but only thing what they said, yeah, we'll join some test series. Yeah, we will join some test series. In test series, you will get hardly some 10 to 12 questions, and that also you will not be in a continuity. Some weekend you will get some one test, this, that, and all. So thing is, and they couldn't clear mains. And if they have cleared also, they have got very less marks, 570, 580, and they couldn't clear final also. So what is important?